Hi guys, this is Stan. Welcome to the last TBR of 2025. But firstly, can someone hit the brick first because I am not mentally ready for 2026. But December is finally my chance to face all these books that has been sitting on my shelves and be like, pick me up. You need to read me now. I've been sitting here waiting here for too long. These are the books that I have talked about before and I should have finished them long time ago. But my life and my chaotic reading schedule just said no. Not now. So December is officially the month of unfinished business, a chance of redemption. So let's clear our TBR together. The first one I have is The Art of Legend by Wesley Chu. It is a new release back in August and I have meant to check this book out because I love the first two books. So obviously this one is the third book in the War Arts Saga. It is an epic fantasy that put on a twist on a very classical, typical trope, Chosen One, and blending magic and martial action with compelling character journey. In the beginning of the series, we were told that Jian is gonna be the Chosen One that's gonna defeat the Eternal Khan, but seeing how incompetent he is, a great single-hand martial artist, Tai Shi, decided to train him herself. But here comes a twist. His prophecy seems to be fulfilled already. But did Jian do anything at all? No. So this led to the exile of Jian and Tai Shi and explore what's going to happen next. But here we're going to know more about the prophecy, the nature of this Eternal Khan. We all know that it's not that easy to defeat the Dark Lord. Other than this pair of master and student, we will also follow other characters, let's say a warrior who want to escape her fate, and a group of quirky, funny bounty hunter. This series so far read like Dragon Ball-ish in terms of the flow of the plot, the characters, and the fight with like wuxia, the martial art sequences, and also don't forget the humor. I kind of remember how the last book ends, but if I just look at the synopsis of this book, it is exactly what I've just told you about. I think there's going to be plenty of action sequences in this book, and I don't really think it is going to be the last book in this saga. So let's check it out. Next, I have a book from subscription, Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. It is the first book of the Between Earth and Sky trilogy. This book actually looks a lot thinner than all those doorstoppers that I have been receiving from this Broken Binding subscription, which is honestly quite a nice relief for December. I don't think I can really read that much because of Christmas. I also remember this book can be used for the Red Dead Fantasy Bingo. I think the prompt is more or less about disrupting a governmental system. I think the plot of this book is going to be around a very important celestial event, the Convergence, where the moon, the sun, and earth aligned. In here, we're going to follow three characters. The first one is like a vessel to resurrect the god so that he can overturn the established religious order. The other one is like a captain of a ship that escort this vessel, and last a priest who want to maintain social order and prepare the city for this holy event. If I'm being honest here, I only know about this series through the Broken Binding subscription, and I don't even remember I saw that much of the original cover in my local bookshops, and this series is relatively new. And I don't really see much other booktubers talking about this book, so I don't really know about the reputation of this series. By the way, I always clear the subscription books as like a series, but I'm going to receive the next series starting from November, and it is also a book that I am interested in, King of the Wilds. So unless this series is going to be super entertaining, I'm thinking to save the next two books for 2026. A quick pause to the TBR. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoy it. Why? Because it's free and helps me out a lot. Or if you love what you're watching and want to support me, you can consider becoming my Patreon. Let's get ready for my 2026 reading club and hang out on my Patreon-only Discord. Now let's back to business. The third one that I have talked about before is the Blackfire Blade by James Logan, the second book of the Last Legacy series. Now, this one is like a new release just in this November, and I just haven't got time to check it out. Wheel of Time and the Echo Saga are just so time-consuming, so I have to push this one to December. But I'm still really excited to pick this one up. If you haven't heard about it before, it is one of my favorite series that blends high fantasy, urban fantasy, and a thrilling heist narrative. In the first book, Logan wanted to investigate the mysterious death of his father, so he traveled to Savannah with the clues left by him. Here he met some lovely companions and even some enemies. Together, they unearthed a very big political conspiracy. Then coming to the second book, I think the plot is kind of similar. Logan can finally claim his father's legacy in a bank, but the key was stolen by a mysterious masked thief. And even his group was even caught in a power struggle. Without any allies, Logan has to seek help from a very powerful local family. But there seems to be a dangerous conspiracy hidden. So just by looking at the synopsis, I would say the plot is kind of similar to the first one, but there are some new elements, let's say alchemy and technological development. So I'm looking forward to see what sort of troubles Logan and his group gonna get into. I'm wicked. I don't think I've talked about the last book before because I just unboxed it. We have Blood Over Bright Heaven by M.L. Wang. Hands down, this is the most gorgeous edition I have ever received. The foil, the color choice, the palette is just perfect. Even I know nothing about this book, just by looking at this cover, I know this scene is gonna be epic. Look at the design of it, it's crazy. By the way, I know some of you are also interested in it and you're also like me forgot to order this from the first run. Just remember, this edition is still available on the Broken Binding website, so go and order it. It looks so beautiful. I don't know why, I remember I enjoyed this sort of Kaigen and I think this book was published in 2023. So over 2 years later, I finally can check this book out. Same as the Sword of Kaigen, this book is also a standalone, but this time it is a dark academia. Also very differently, this time was set in an industrialized utopia called Tyrant, where magic was used to power everything. We follow our main character, but I don't know how to pronounce her name, Scorna, who was so determined to become the very first female high mage. But what she got in return is the humiliation from the male colleague. And she was even assigned to work as an unqualified assistant. Toxic male-dominated work environment. But together with her new partner, who was also coming from a marginalized group, they uncovered the true evil nature of the magic system in this paradise. This synopsis sounds really powerful and it seems like we got so many things to explore, from the unique magic system to even fighting sexism. Did I rhyme there? And I also enjoy Wang's touch on the Sword of Kaigen. Let's say how to discuss the consequence of war in a fantasy world which is often neglected, and how she write Misaki was exquisite. So I do have my expectation for this one and it is real high. I will probably do another video to talk about all the things I want to do next year, but I guess I can share some here because I think the recurring theme of this video is to talk about things I have covered before. My 2026 reading vision. As much as I love tackling longer epic fantasy series like the Wheel of Time and the Echo Saga this year, I learned that it is great for reading but not so for content variety. So in 2026, I want to shift the mode to try to do more challenge-based video, let's say the good old TBR job. I always want to do this, but I was trapped by 2 longer series. So I will design my prompts based on my reading in the last few years, as well as my experience in the Reddit Fantasy Bingo and the Magical Readathon. What is fun, what is joyful, what is challenging to make, I will keep, but not those that keep haunting me, breaking my tiny brain, let's say the magic of Prime. Still remember it, still find it difficult to do it too. I think it is a good and fun way to diversify my reading, not just like this year, keep repeating the Wheel of Time and the Echo Saga. I can read books that I really want to check out, those books that have been sitting on my shelf for far too long, as well as your recommendation. Also, hopefully the algorithm would recommend me to those that who don't know me yet. So these are all the books that I really want to check out before the end of the year. I'm really excited here because December feels like the perfect month to reset, read freely, and go into 2026 with a clean slate. So let me know in the comment which book I should start first in December. So thank you for watching, guys. If you don't want to miss out any TBR, just like this one, wrap up, reading vlog, or any other fun idea, make sure you have subscribed to my channel and like this video. I'll see you all real soon. Goodbye.